Hey there, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Lambers with your Fox 10 TV weather update. Now, we had hot conditions all around today. Out in Crestview, 96, 95 in Milton, and then with that high in Pensacola being at 96, that was record-breaking heat. Previous record was at 94, and then Mobile 91, with our averages normally being about 85. So hot and dry conditions all around, and staying that way with this high ridge pressure system that's situated over the southeast United States, just kind of staying there, still being pesky and not wanting to move, and bring us some of that cooler fall weather that you see up in the northern states right now. Let's go ahead and check in on the tropics. Right now we have Tropical Storm Karen just situated over Puerto Rico, and then further out in the Atlantic we have Hurricane Lorenzo. Karen, not as much to it right now after it pushed over that Puerto Rico and dropped some of that moisture with it. Still trying to pick up and get some of that cyclonic motion in it. However, Lorenzo, on the other hand, as you can see, that it kind of has that rotation going with it, as it is a Category 1 hurricane already, and should go ahead and push into being a Category 3 hurricane soon too. As you can see with that track pushing further off into the Atlantic and pushing out, so not really affecting us in any way right now, and probably won't for the next 5 days as it stays further situated out into the middle of the Atlantic. Now, Karen, on the other hand, has a different kind of track. You can see it pushing up, kind of turning, and then heading back towards the Caribbean islands, and the reason for that is that high pressure system that's kind of directing it from going any further and bringing it and situating it back towards those Caribbean islands. It's the 5-day track, so nothing affecting us in the next week, but we'll go ahead and keep an eye on that as this develops further. Bring it on back now for your evening planner. Temperatures tonight getting into the lower 80s, and by 10 p.m. being in the upper 70s. Clear skies, no cloud cover also with that. But with the heat indices moving on overnight, you can see that we're still kind of staying in those 80s, not cooling off quite as much as we would like to. And by tomorrow evening, also with those feels like temperatures being in 100. So with that high in the mid 90s, still feeling hot and dry with our drought monitor. Abnormal drought conditions all around. And with that fire warning that we do have after that, we definitely are watching for those fire concerns also that could come from that. Now, with the measurable rainfall, 0 inches in Pensacola and Mobile so far, with those deficits also staying pretty high, also with none of that rain that we're getting. If you're heading to the beach tomorrow though, great conditions all around there. Highs in the lower 90s with that UV index still staying very high, so make sure to apply that sunscreen. But other than that, you're looking at sunny conditions, and with that possible yellow flag still flying, definitely want to be careful of those rip currents out there also. Now, when can we possibly see some fall weather? Tracking that right now, we still have that hot ridge of high pressure system over the southeast. You can see that cool trough up there, so that's that fall weather that we're wanting to get. But go ahead and watch this and check this out. By next weekend, you can kind of see it shifts on down, and that's what we're tracking right now to possibly bring us some of that cooler weather, some of those fall-like temperatures that we would love to see to welcome in our first weekend of October. So with the next 7 days though, we are still going to stay hot and dry all here. So we have those hot, possibly an isolated shower for tomorrow. Other than that, still staying hot and dry with highs in the lower 90s, warming up a bit again by Monday and Tuesday with highs